Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Mix 100.9. Woods yet the Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Mix 100.9. Woods yet the Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Mix 100.9. Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Mix 100.9. Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Mix 100.9. The Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Mix 100.9. Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Mix 100.9. Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Nix 100.9. What's in the Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Nix 100.9. What's in the Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Nix 100.9. What's yet the Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Nix 100.9. What's yet the Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Nix 100.9.
Jamwa kwaba edeba neat 100.9 na eyadia omen wudo omen ti ena brano yetena sesei na eye adwentu ato ayede beboa ye my Ghana na mo my Ghana no etimi akonkan yetima chechire oman ni yie yetima hwese oman ni begina ne nan so na yakonkan na oman no edru yie aya na ansa no bi benya ahofama se wo ko England no ne ade amo de mope football pa no mope football pa no yes England no ne ade me de football no ne ade me mani hye da ni akire ba mo mope pa no mo na mo ka kire mi o se wudru England na wo mo national team wunya jersey ehye keke se wo kwa akọ play national team na eno kwa ya hofama eje so bitimi hye ni jersey say me kwa akosi akan me kobobo e de ama me man $1 crown je and I'm say o feel very proud say wa hye ne man jersey say o gina madi ama ne man sense of patriotism na Ghana ha ne wa haza me pa cho Ghana ha no sa sense of patriotism no ewo yemu ewo ho ene wuche anwumanyumam obi wo ho adwuman o pa adwuma na ni momomobo onya adwuma ni wie a yetua ne kamprenu miensa onya kakra bedi ni botom beka se kra o akwaji lombi akopa ne ka bi dem wo de efie ni ponsi bi but wanya ba bi papa rent it wo na ne refi ne ho otumi da won ne de adwuma kra de enie na ne refi se ne wa na ni momomobo e pa adwuma 80 year sense of patriotism yedi bu ya man no aspread ya ko ba bia yedi ewura ya busuam yedi ewura eye yenwumam yedi ewura asori mu ye de ewura baabi anti nipa no wo ho ade ne emfa ne ho wotimi ye adwuma na ono so beyi ne yam obeyi adwuma no obeyi adwuma na ne aka che so oho adwuma na de wonko a wo de ya adwuma no ade wo de esi wo kon wo adwuma no mu a wo ku wo de ma adwuma no a wo ku ho wo sori na nam suom na yese obi kwa ti ka oho na edien na nso adwuma no wonko a wo de ya cho number 1 nipa no mu no kokwasa oni sense of patriotism onimu number 2 wo ye adwuma na so encourage wo no say bu wa bem say na dey wa be adwuma ba na wonko a na wo de wo na da wo na fie ana wedu adwuma wontam no na ebisa na da wo na fie ana adokwa da girlfriend adokwa ba wo hia yo o ma yetim eti ade ebisa say sense of patriotism no we he di onu no ku no kra de oman no ebedu baabi no oman ni mu no kra esen kutia no away where is it ana ya na musa ye kwa anim na mo se ko bompae empire na be magana yi empire say ye bompae ene be magana yi debi entisa bacho entisa say wadwe no dia entisa enti mama ye nyina ye nkan bomo ne ye sesa na emi wanwa say Ghana ni befu aeroplane echese ofu aeroplane no timu no yetitimu no maka chese oh very soon in the 5 minutes time the flight will be in the Ghana airspace and blah 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 plane nanti atama kendo so Kotoka International Airport peja ni mu pono so wa na Ghana na aduan sesa I see wow they say the mini Ghana bi mo se Togo kra na plane be kwa kosi a osi form hwa twan na wasesa entesuo kra onti bi mfanto form Ghana ni so ben asesa nti aden ne ye ho sa eto da bi a yen sentrofu yi yemu kakra na ye dwen Ghana ho no me ka ho bi pa aka mi hu frame me ka ho bi pa ya no sini eniska o ya dwe o man no wa na ka je ma o man na be ye ni eniska madam fu say ni be shara ka je ma ge do to na ubisa critical questions and e be hia wawu am say really o say what wo de otete mo ni show no so na ubisa critical questions they said madam fu say ni ka tire mi o onu ni tie mi o tie mi amonitor me no nya information dia ko any program no maybe a program say oh, to one of these critical questions. Beside, a comedy woo, and it's a comedy I edit you. But see, we make grandpa me phones them in phone. I wish I didn't person can say, oh man, oh no. A man, you're some lady, I'm a cost from your bed. But I say, yeah, on the coin so. Nayan, yet to me, some kind of a home from maybe near the more, I know. Et say yet to me now, who from maybe near the more minor. What the idea, ya? I say, and can't say US will be more chrono. Yan can't say a UK will be more chrono. Me and Yashi cry me, I'm a direct cousin. Why your finance minister, exchequer, will UK pay no dinner out to me as Sakrana, obey. But you quite work with why your politician, will UK for so many years. Because you UK. The last time I visited UK, I became MZ. Now politician ban of you ni. Oh Ghana. Politician. And I tell true books. Master politics and win him the cry. Bedi wa Ghana. But see, you have to come to Ghana. Mark my Ghana. I just want to come and establish some foundation. And I'm like, yeah. What the UK do? What your politics? Oh yeah. And then the car back could be an Adam say. Ufi anya konokra politician be vie ni. To the extent so be your exchequer, your bony din. Ono ana danfo. Ono na twero homa wi na de akwa no wahwem. Ono ana be your prime minister, ono aso de san yi na di. Asemo. Ajo man e be yen kakra. Ai kakra torchlight su ni e woni 100.9 na ya tena se ba be din komo so that's ye be din komo so what take ma wutie me wa wakodu fi a wutie me mo akwa aba be giri se bibia koso kama de e na akwa adwuma na adwuma mte sen adwuma ete sen ye na ma ye nkrofo adwuma onyi ni yam ye adwuma no owie so ana osan bokro no ka ho ono adwuma no onyi ni yam ye ono nso ana osan bokro no aden ne ye ho sa eche se obi eno ye angelo memiti we menye angel but ade de wo ya no ne koran so tana ka bibia ai kama on se me kan ene dia wo ye wa adwuma mu nti wo ti fie din on se wuti buabu awfo o me nya isa no man na ya ye dia ye kokokokokokokra na eheya na ebeba eheya ene ebeba ye nyo man ni yie na man ne konkan beba cho me da se wachi mafidie na ade ato ha ene wonim ena na watwena me muzi ana ezi ada ben ajeje fo no last 2 weeks last 2 weeks many a church bi shia wa ha last 2 weeks Wamuburu 2000. Moya say 2600 2629. Ni nyina na say sa church we. Sa church we. Woma ko suku adwie. Aban afọ madwuma. Woma appointment letter obi anu anane de eboro 8th November. Some say be de cry October, right? Obi anu anane de eboro 8th November because me nyadaje say me steady on my appointment letters and na me radio no so ameka maka ne ye. Enti andi ba ye. Aban sesa ye andi ba ye. Ana ye Julius Debra. Ebeka say obi a ye fa we ban adwumam after 7th December. Wow, ye Julius Debra no crampo was specific o. Ono no say after 7th December. A church for appointment letters nyina so ye 8th November. The anachasa ne de ye late. Ye 8th November. Wama kwa verification. Wama pass all the processes. But don't ba betena. Aden wama ye adwuma sa na yera chief of staff instruction ne ba ye no. Ghana Education Service mom say chief of staff instruction wunnim ma. Na mo Ghana Education Service for na mafra from amon fan mo de ye kasa tia mo a mo beba so he say eya de aka maka asem bi de tia obi a na ko ye frɛ me boss ye say na Mac Jerry wakoka we tia we nso ye mfa de na nto ba bi eda enu tie bi wa wo ka asem na na nipa ni fiu a aka waka bibi atwe no na waba Ministry of Education mo ye frɛ from mo pese mo yi ano because ye nua no mo mrantia ne mbaba we ebre obi atekọ obi a nadwen say onka bi ma omo Thomas Musa na be frɛ no so wa ye busy Nagrat na be frɛ na o say hey emra je so obre wan na be ka bi ama omo one appointment letter 8th November Ore Julius Debra say after 7th December etini ebisa say aden ena womo de ye ka kyerɛ omo say womo twentwen so Sesi amena uka say, womu nim, say womu kwa chadio, womu kwa ye verification, womu sam womu kwa ye verification kwa ufa for process mu. Still, womu free womu, still, womu tehwe. Sesi womu church of petitions, womu DB kwa parliament house. Sesi womu servo, sesi womu person womu ye picketing. When na nipo over 2,000. Womu kwa hen haidan, womu chradie from November, babe, so much chradie be 5 months. Between 4 to 5 months. A church for a coach radio, as I say, I'm going to say, be crowd home go switch radio. Because one destiny, I saw him, Sam. Almost there, tell me, don't answer uncle. Ed, you see, Cabeba. Ebe, I did how me and can't show. I did what we to say, you catch it. We are no one such a church we. Naki ye can multi, na and penny for, might be a friend of my friend from. I just say, oh, I did crash on the Omugu Tom and Cat. Omokwa adwuma wo momo no say ye se omo hu se ye betu omo kaw se ye be omo dian yo na omo da so te wo enne masa from aba be bisa omo sa akwa kosi sen because ade ba ye metu ho na mo wetu be na otwe mienu ni a me no muhia ye but akwa say me nya information bia ubisa we so we dey do free penny we when I be friend no so there be mark information we ni there e above me o me na fofo a we GS me timisha that free bi so there be chale we the information we there is above me we be friend Ministry of Education ho or be we say we ni there say a for no say one more ma GS catch am so omo ko verification ni ade no ma ye adwie da obia ka ahwenkyere om bia ga bibia nkyere wom ena omo de te ho ena sei womo nhu dia womo ye omo ho ena womo kra no obi ntimi nka omo asem so ma omo ena eje se Agyeman Jerry ya na meja tamani ase nagrat for as womo nte se BBSU but Ghana Health Service womo be bo amaba so e ba ye pe na quickly womo intervene ye agyechefo nka bom koyi nagrat ene nat titiriu etimonte say monkrofo over 2000 woma tena fie woma appointment letters no mo munim say fall within a date na ye Julius Debra share ba mo amadwen say monka bibia amfa nkyerem etinipa 2629 womo nyina ye MPP fo ana womo nyina ye NDC fo ana nipa over 2000 and a reasonable person ben why na sebi odwen kwa akire obeka say wuyi nipa 2000 womo nyina ye party baako fo ma sa dwen we pa why na ebetima dwen sa dwen we enso emra jete ho ena bibia anko so ena womo se tutu agu omsem womo so womo na mawia so ese womo kakrawa na womo de fa trotro na womo de fa we womo kwa na womo si ha so ko parliament house kwa je o che drop it it womo kakrawa na no womo de che drop it esa de trotro petitions why na beka bia ma why ena beka bia ma eni tia na masanda womo ba ye baba bibi sase me pa chewo akọ akusisen because when nya asem bi ete sanke yetwe when nya asem bi ete say yetwe womo ko Ministry of Education womo se womo pempenifo no makasa hey ibi kra say dey no mo so mo ko book appointment ana na mo so mabuku amabuku appointment womo book appointment no womo book appointment so a yenfrɛ om hey no chire ni be ko school mfie miensa akwakobo ni degree na mfie 9 yes mfie 9 akwakobo ni degree na wawie na aban afa no ednafa process mu na afei na ni etutu agu ne se se ne born ni so ko school ana odi mi bisa mo odi wa wutie mi ye nyina ya ndwendwen nsem ne ho me nsem ne bi wa na bidi yaw so se ni tina obi wa beka se wo de tra radio no so na de ka nsem hu no na wo ekombede tra radio no so na ka nsem hu no na ekombede so iti de mi bisa ne se so achechirefo yi se ye be ne den womo ye 2629 womo kuto mo accurate figure 2629 iti wa de amika enti ento asomo o de mpache wo de amika ento asomo ana ento asomo because e bi agudu e bi kan womo ye Ghana fo ma womo ko suku wadwie womo pass aksa control license exams womo pass womo fa process mu womo fa womo call classrooms ya posting no womo call mu postings baby eso mo ko kira de womo call ho kama ebi ko eso mo high dan eso mo ko gro maame abosuom womo ko high dan womo maame no me bo mo bosia womo de kwa high dan womo papa no me bo mo bosia womo de kwa high dan ebi obi na fofo owani da so eso ko kira de ahwe bi be bosome miensa bi anaketu abehya asiaba afi obo ho a yese munyina mo amo yemfa mo nto payroll so nyina munya ya de kire okay ye kan ya na efi ko ba so okay enya hwe mo de obia nkoye verification sesa na etie mo de na validation ye obia nkoye validation ya na makan verification sa obia nkoye validation okoye validation ni wi a na de wo obia na ko maka validation ya wo ma wie obi aka ahwenkyerɛ omo say ye betu omo ko say ye be catch am say mo kra no appointment letters ye revoke o nipa over 2000 one year 2629 me pa chewo enti say nkomo ya midi mesrew ento asumu ana enkomo ya midi ento asumu nipa 2629 omuhu said the anomeko enom de to ena de na basa ena yehu de ayek to da bia yandwendwen ye ho kakra o ebetimi ato de make ebetimi ato say mabaye adwuma o despite media na access ye famio say ye famio okay your mama appointment letter afi later kra ye say okra appointment letter no kra no mo aye de mam August meanwhile me so me de April yes afi April for kra ye nyan hyase ntu amka no amabasa etemesere wo Ghana Education Service we de yes remo Honorable Julius Debra me honorable Julius Debra mo amunim no na oye Eastern Regional Chairman of the NDC Eastern Regional Puemantem na oye Chairman of the NDC na sabre no na me ye adwuma on Life FM na Honorable Julius Debra almost every month na mitimi eni ni hia be ye 3 times for Florida baby a Eastern Region one regional headquarters no wono regional office baby a wono ma mi bi ton kenke e wase minim so da so ton a se me kwa no ama miska dey mark challenge kenke ni we bre na eja ye di nyina ne ye we ye di nkomo it's Honorable Julius Debra mene na tonsa e di dokono ne nkyenam mene di kra na mintime nwe nam ne kese because so epanyin kyeme because tete ye de ma mene na tonsa e di dokono ne nkyenam ne ye dwendwen ye ho sabre no person obi radio station eti ono kra na me didi ho koma na eja na me so me cheche no radio no mu techniques no ne ade ano de bebie ago eti udru nkoko ago dan ye kope wo na ye me na mimidi anim na me kope dan ne de ma no I just want to establish the kind of relationship Honorable Julius Debra baby na minim no de ababedo minim said your tie me meji di say be an attention yeah and cut on the table so say hey ala cheche for no e wo ko meji di if am be kwa we na me try answer ka menya no na catch the direct but unfortunately me free kumasi bedu kwa na wa ye engage ade chi yanso no the president e free ho na me try say me catch no so oh wo mayo wo nuanom kuma bi eje say checherefu 2620 na o mutifie may I sure say this attention and now this event when it has not been brought to the attention of Honorable Julius Debra and now say Honorable Haruna Idris because I think say it is a worrying situation and we have to cure it. So one more crowd falling within a year time frame now chief of staff kind and come me home because and they be a later by now being called befaso. But when we crowd there on my appointment letter 8th November they are saka and they late 8th November. So what do we do? Well, and then come and then you may be baba be dimiwia you bedi nkomo bi nso afa Ghana gas. Eugene is saying yeah, bako
Yamiado.
Muguso.
All
right, that's good. That's good. Thomas as well. Thomas.
Rapini.
As a
oh Yankopon adam bibia bako.
Right. Edi Yankopon senti. Right no mu do mu nyina wo mo agi agina ma wo mu nuanom nyina no. Wo mo edi akone aba ede boa wo mo. Na ye hu se dia asem no pote no. Ye beka no afa. Eugene so far, you didn't come away no mabe na koso.
Yo, offer me that say. Before then, last statement, chief of staff on person me train was why you ever be so say. Among ye church for ye was situation we mono. Group B, persons with disability.
Oh, okay.
After me feel one channel, my metia say,
yeah.
Me buy hand to me and bomb so. I tell you, me person more much as a person make almost almost kakra.
Okay.
Now, Oshe, yeah, ye did them. Sebi, ye did them kakra. I ni in one day. Nye bet me aye, and it's a bit me a trade. And I see be Juma war. Vantage places and our public sectors beer, ebe boy ama wouldn't be disadvantaged at this point. Now, over 37 of such persons with disabilities, revocation is by it to America a call chief of staff on them. Chief of staff, your manager say ye details near schools when I'm post here at the ato.
What committee chief of staff?
Yes, yeah, the let your contact for account.
Oh, sir.
Chief of staff responded
okay.
on the 5th of March.
Okay.
MIH said we should be excluded from the revocation.
Chief of staff nekas actually.
Yes.
Really?
I have the letter, and I can forward it to you.
Ah, you have the letter?
Yes.
Massa, you should send them out. I'm going to move information.
Now, only the funny thing is,
Chief of staff can say,
we should be, person with disability should be exempted.
Okay, person with disability should be exempted
from the revocation.
Now, I know about this, and I should cry mono so cross someone that was a bit me. Now, what happened?
Yo, now, say, yeah, Casampono, a be more than so our genius is a picketing. Or mood edu home Tuesday.
Sir?
Yes, the person's disability. I didn't tell them what I home. Now, chief of staff cho letter and ma person's disability no. Or can say the ministry and then the director general should work on their letter. Some of them are battling with reposting. Some of them are battling with regional appointment letters.
Yeah.
And they have tried all their best after chief of staff directive nearby.
Yeah.
Omushi Haruna Idrisu. Or some boss or monko. Or baby biamom. Abe CNA.
I don't require persons with disability.
Yes, and as I speak to you, minim say on Tuesday, omo air picketing genius. And then before I
next Tuesday.
No, this week they are already there.
I said they're already there.
Yes.
Persons with disability.
Yes.
I want me affected.
Yes.
With revocation.
Yes. And chief of staff gave them an exemption. And as we speak now, fit because the schools are still not admitting, and the regional directors are not giving them the green light to go ahead with their processes. And see, Sebi. Ye nyina ye hwa ya omo di dempo no. E ho asempo e ye den chen ya ye tumi ho adempo. Na omo mpo no aka omo. Rapping you be said there na akoso after 2 weeks. In fact, on the 15th of April, we tried engaging Pretag. Now, mebo ma baso. Se Pretag executives for aya de kese bia maye.
Pretag na info.
Omo na enka ne ye from say CCT.
As I say on come din ya den.
Pretag
no full name na den.
Okay.
CC
Coalition of Concerned Teachers.
Omo no man change Pretag.
Pretag.
Is
on the 15th, omo leadership in a Zoom meeting. Ye be join here. Ye dey ask him to omo president name. Or call commercial break of Fred Director General or Pekie. And I'll be responding back to us on Facebook say, Director say, you're better in car very soon. And then, which is 24th again, I was also here meeting online, you're also joining here. I know you're the man. It's in line with calls I'm in here. This week, many of my communication director, Akasa.
Okay.
Or Mama, as I said, Director, President, I already said, Obe meeting me or China, which is 2 o'clock. Na information ewa director wana say either so be lead ye e de yakọ director na yakọje ayun response if you director hono. And as we speak need the Pretag na meka say they are in line with us trying to help us in our situation. The other so me no the tanso dwen say say yama amanama nyina ehun ye hawa ebe ha adwe. Ena send a made kan no 2 weeks ago so person kasa che nyankopo je so kasa go mfa mem asa ye ya tra honom e wo say ye ma ye mpanyefo ehun say we the citizens also demand for them to respond to us. Enti emame to anamon efre deputy minority leader what is honorable Patricia Apieje and then many didn't come and meet us no way but impromptu me bookie appointment say be me share no ampa oje me first so me call the office and then it na say e dey your petition e call nchen say nke be stress minority for so enhwe ya asem man na say honorable Haruna Idris no be friend no on the floor of parliament na we yi nsema no amaya na nyina ye tie say ye ko feel your original posting letter emba o say enye dem me feel ni ho and also advising me say be ya me submit the same letter Emma majority for so me di bia koto ho Emma majority leader no so twen say meti bibia fi no ho na nyumre me prepare about ho no na speaker yes service speaker so clerk to the speaker of parliament so letter speaker for Ephraim enyumre we Emma meti ase say omonsa ka ya letter no bombe stress and kamensan so petition the chairman in charge of the petition committee of parliament na me copy that clerk of that committee me we am so a petition the selected committee in charge of education or chairman also na yen share response e be fi mu aba and this is what I have done within the space of 2 weeks and still looking forward say ochina meko pre-tag for na yetumi akọ director ho and yetie response every director ho then from there I will petition the select committee on education na me we so a masanso ama petition committee no ama mo so ma frɛ director general and minister of education ama yehu ne ayeye enti brapeni dia ma ye ni
enti na kyerɛ sɛ no address of petition who are now institutions
on betimi
aboy
nti a me yes say yem pese ye be ye bibi to say demonstration and speak it no omo aka say yam fa due processes the enti make us say ye press conference in Ashanti region about some 3 or 1 month ago and a response our journalists be edema and say director say yam fa due process and then me
due
take
process
and then me take it 3 good weeks actual letter to director office a year follow up
education director
yes say yam fa due process in seeking our response
na it mo Ghana education service no when your response be free omo
nya response bi so this time I have decided that we will petition the stakeholders.
Have you officially written to them?
We have written to them officially and I can state on authority say may the letter echo deputy director in charge of quality and access office Eddie Biko Cassandra Chum office Eddie Bisuko director general Kasaso office so I served these 3 people a GES letters
and I still munya reply okay until now say mo microphone be that so classrooms ana
Rabbi you me anopa me go school and sana me year rounds we nya
anti mo go school
me go school
munti fie
me yanti fie
but akwa say munhu de eko
but ye 3 categories
okay
ye wo
so say ebi ye reposting
yes ebi mu twen say nka ye be reposting na mom and sana revocation e buy enti omo no say director general ka say ye hoti we no tiro ye ntumi nya mom ana omo twen say omo staff IDs ebeba me so make ho bi say nka at least staff ID ni ba na menya me ka to me
koto yeah say no na chere say ampa ye do auto system no so
eno so buy ana omo letter upon letter na kasa no mukita no akodu region omo twen say nka region ebe post omo to that school they've been assigned to omo so no omo
and that is a nipa no appointment letter no
yes and these are the 3 categories I won up to now
but let's find out say Tommy akwakoba ne sa no related challenges no den say we share what me say almost account almost staff ID ne ma one more say reposting right and also my by reposting for the some almost account market ya
that okay
reposting one crowd one TV that's one the other crowd ya chen be we man be my go man you post two no dey catch say there you do call baby foforo
reposting no dey o say
reposting here then
e betumi abese bia wo ye basic but appointment by no ye ma secondary na chese course na ukoye no enye bebi say wo de chirade no ene na wo de aden wo de ko ente region betumi wo de ko sa we nu ko na region ho a omba sisan school no de aden e de amo san kofo no mo ni at post omo ofie because omo rectify that mistake na aden e wo omo appointment letter no so and omo letters wo region no I say region more letter to the district no on the nsan kan say any person here den onu so ofie but you know at post here majority of us no ye room November December January
Okay.
And sana chief of staff letter no ka be den. Ebe na ye mu bi ye wo at post dada.
Okay.
And sana director general letter nso be den. Ebe ba nti yeah, osha e affecting your buy. Yeah, rent ye ko ejuma anopa.
Because mo de mo sesa mo no ma nyina akọ.
Enti challenge ni de enye easy. Enye easy. Enye easy.
And there yasemo. Enti as we speak now no. Say after serving the petitions em say na bi am betimi ho outcome be say bibi betimi about say your friend say ministry na nkasa so
Oh, ministry no.
Education ministry na nkasa.
Okay, yeah, me can say I think a week before Ebeba won chair last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You try say be hu honorable Arena Idrisu. We didn't go on an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, Rahokeke. In fact, the gentleman there was very nice. On my etias say, Q no ewa. But ye pese ye join a meeting no only problem. Ye nko join Q no. Ye di Q no. Emma ye famusa yakoye last person anka minister be attending to us. And a minister PSA Australia or call parliament for an urgent meeting. And think I bra. From then, and then we decided that no, it's like they are toying with our life and our status. Inka untie yempo no on can say bibi, but when to me intie and now okoye. And ye bookie another date send a minister. So that date ne bookie say beshia no. Was the date occurs sunyani meeting. And then from there, the following week was Easter. So our appointment was still moving forward till now. So I said, yeah, me personally, me who say this time we need to call our leaders to accountable. Anything I may say from a parliamentary select committee on education. No more can be entry.
Na Ebra Honorable Julius Debra, Chief of Staff, we can say people with disability for no 1 more year or exonerated. No can home. Okay. And na mono so mo amomaka no eno no motibi be different ni ho ana.
Enti Chief of Staff letter no eno no bar for person with ability bar 5th of March.
Okay.
And so director the any bar 6th of March. Say yenkoye validation and reinstatement. Enti person with ability enya reinstatement and I say exclusion from the validation
from validation
from the revocation
and
sana director the eba. And I know still my people are suffering.
Okay, me talk on Facebook or comment be with teacher ni so they are in command ye di nyina na na ye pese ye hu what is really going on. Eti oko Facebook when meet me apeke aye wo message note for now. Aye need 100.9 FM. Need 100.9 FM na ye share aye what is going on. Aye teachers I'll let you add something. Teachers one more appointment letters. A year one more dear the latest crown 8 November. But the Koba say a year chief of staff day directors about 2 ja. Say one mususu say nipeni bi wo a abanda dano one fa kwan papa so amfa omo. Etu obia ye to abawie ye 7 December. Abandadane fa wo bia no wo se nipa no onkrata ase mekuta afo adwuma no to hwansa na echire no komo foforo bi o madi na akyerɛkyerɛfo wenum de no appointment letter na abadadada kran se ekoto aba saa na asɛm ne ti o omo de na abadadada wo mo saka omo de late kran na 8 November ansa yekokoto aba na no omo de omo kyerɛ omo de ya omo posting na ansa na ɔkyerɛkyerɛ ni kran no ne nsa bɛka na appointment letter ye be kire ne se ko ha wo school we mu na obekọ enom ne ade no na ye process no obefem wo makọ wo makọ han wo madan enom ne ade a wo mo ekọ kire ade but de wo mu ne se ewo ma na director general eden krata ba ye ono no make reference to chief of staff de no kra de o so obia ne din ko payroll so ka so obi so din ko payroll so a obia ni wa wawie college of education oko classroom first month na ketu aba eno na bi asida bi ni ho sa Obi obetra de bia ebi wa bia process dey take be 5 months. Okay, make na make an 3. Be 5 months answer 4 5. Ansa na waketu na shaase ayede aba. It will be enu a we college of education say okowura classroom our first month na ketu aba. No. It will be na komo atwe mu o mo kire o made. E na senkrata ba afi na so mo call for validation. Krata foforo ba so mo call for validation. O mo call validation na de wo mu bia no e be fo be ka so. Say wo ma call validation na wie. But mo call validation no so wo mu hu the latest news at that table no so. And they say wamoni tutu agu amsama wamko schools wamu hu say ye betu amka say be amodian say be amodian. So eno na kofa nsem we nyina ba che no ahyewa ye nyina ye di hu komo ne ya hwe ne ye hu asam de pom se bre na pan 40 no mo tena so pema eja nwa na montu obi wo ho a womatu balance kra na ye be engage last 2 weeks no eno o kire ne no ma ye series of engagements a womo ayen krata woma church say no the ayen kra ne say won beti asifo mo ko parliament house no me ade a che say won ko ho a won church di ama wo meka bi ewom na explanation bi wo ho a won di aba nti ho nkomo na ye di na nanwumre ma me hwe mo crofo ni bi on the Facebook live the general what the medase ene dia wakeka ewo ho no problem and we say God help us all. Because we are really suffering. Where you Abigail Asa and Abigail na Odiabe na Mumuni Ademu Pangabu. Also, why are we stressing these innocent teachers? And where Nanama Esiedu Nanaba Esiedu say Thomas, why? Kwame Alex says, Senior, we are still at post to paying bills, attending to our learners, but no assurance of payment, no staff ID assurance, and no information from the GS. And na Odia Bay. And we also say, Percy Jake said, I don't even understand the revocation thing crowd. I was then recruited on 4th July 2023, but due to the miscommunication between my school and the district office, it has caused the delay of the filing of my my input forms. My input forms in there.
IPPD.
Oh, okay. My input forms. But what happened? Here is the revocation of my appointment because I'm not yet on the payroll. And to no 2023. Nipa no 2023. But and I'm saying Koba say onyanko payroll sudintino. And the director general can affect no. Yeah. But when an appointment 2023. So these are the teachers I almost had them almost so far. Come to the Facebook Neat 100.9 FM. Now found so story too and I'm making come out. Why? When is it the most important thing is we I say we've put into the consideration. So don't worry, okay? It's not easy talking on okay. Rosalind Jegbele. Where then Jegbele? I say, we are really suffering. Rosalind about Brighton. She said, we are treated badly in our own country. What country does this? What country that his people? What was it? What? Oh no, well, I don't get what you mean there. I say the leaders don't think about us. Where you're bright into Kwejo and says, I started working May 2024, but my staff ID didn't come, so I'm also included. And there are more people like me. It's when the crown also say May 2024. Let's just say, woman will start fighting in Maya. It tells you, say, appointment, you know, and what can revocation, you know, regardless of time or the appointment letter. Hey, but are they serious? Okay.
Per the directors.
Per the directors, directives not the buy, you know. And I doubt that Dale say, in fact, GS is making the teaching profession unattractive with the way that they are maltreating the teachers. The director general is very, very, very wicked. And you're wicked, baby, you are not there. No, as you're going to hear me. Akoto Emmanuel, Eyiram say, Akoto de Yanfa campaign to Bemini Yanshe when Evangelino we saw, so we are suffering, sir. I have kids. I have to pay for their school fees. and feed them. It has not been easy. Sometimes what to feed my kids becomes a problem. We are church for number in 7 Facebook and so how. Nanaya the second say my name is Sechi Akomia Blankson. I've been at post since early December and I've not received kobo. I spend 135 Ghana cedis every week on transportation. Feeding isn't part of it. Please intervene for us. That's exactly what we are doing. Hey, 135. Who said the crowd about? Performance is people should come to our rescue. Our mental health is at stake. Did they want us to commit suicide? You are not committing suicide. That is why we also say I've been working for 5 months now, no salary. Mark, we are suffering. Wow, Evangeline. And now Oka say, where's Marv Muhammad Seibu? I say it is really appalling. Imagine being at post with empty stomach. How can one facilitate properly? Please, we are extremely tired. Our leaders fear God Almighty. Why? Gode Kese. Or say, if things go like this, on the other naba, name the episode. Edmond Abbey said these current leaders are not ready to help us. So we have to find our way out by demonstrating. And then my penny for one hair on my customer one say, and that is what they are trying to avoid. And right now they are resorting to all the avenues, the necessary avenues. Now one way to me they address it, the issue at stake. And Daniel Anoche said GA recently did a seminar on mental health and how to keep our mental health serious. Apparently, GS are the main cause of our mental health. There's no mental health seminar. When I'm going hey, as we see we are suffering. And a case like Kwabena Bones said, Mark, we are really suffering. We don't know our left and right. And no question, or see, we deserve to be reinstated. Okay, and Kwame Ivan said GS has to bring out a communique after the validation because we are going through a lot. Apia Ferguson, also Mark, I had the opportunity to meet the education minister at the airport. When I approached him, he said, we will sort you out. And appears that you also share education also one best sort them out. Say sorting out in many interview, no. Honestly, minya and penny for me and sound one more bemo. Nomaka say, yes, Mark, we monitored. And one more come to you, one more they will be sorted out. But when? And only a seminar.
We just want to know the when.
The when. What they are best sort to maybe a May ending. Thank you, no cry you.
No, you say,
no, say, yeah. Moko says Mama Quine.
And I'm a person
yeah.
It's me the kind of person can be count.
Now person okay, kind of here.
Yeah, it was single track so.
Yeah.
And run a BA school.
Single track for a BA school and run.
But the funny thing at AC, I was school be a person boarding. I was Shanty region and they say before I be school no. My colleagues are more at post. Or more a new timetable. Headmaster and your mudi timetable no so.
On also pay which directive no general so still.
On also say he has seen the way we are fighting our situation. Respond on the my your colleague in here. But opese oyi omufi work on campus as far as teaching is concerned so that we can concentrate to fight and then ensure that we are being reinstated. But adia mesumi nim kakra mesua as far as GES code of conduct is concerned, say if you are a teacher and for 10 working days you are not at post, you are no longer a teacher. Now, also me who you may fit timetable so member sign na mean what wrong. Member yes, I don't know I may feel like not coming. And if I exempt myself for 10 working days, I'm no longer a teacher in the school. That is the current situation.
Tommy.
Last week who say your colleague Bako FM or senior headmaster say Agagents were your volunteer.
Volunteer. Headmaster teacher near Bako school 4 years. You got a degree. It's just when an appointment letter. When you're posting. na headmaster catch says say we a volunteer
because issue no because so more train original letters to the district no is that no omo hu de omo ye say nipa no wo adwuma bi ko no ye na we gya adwuma no thinking say oh we be buy den ama no we tuna den evra adwuma no mu other validation na ye koye no bra pen if you so qualify obehu
validation
someone
qualify
you see it because document no more original face to face and I'm say provide
a process ben am for validation
call validation take us through who said chief of director general eka say appointment letter or academic certificate Lancashire certificate and national service
statement not the buyer
but other regions need the for ekeka ho Greater Accra almost the graduation brochure account yes almost the graduation brochure. And if you don't have the graduation brochure now, automatically you are
out. Many just say you were not graduated.
Yeah, oh yeah, out. Yes, almost J Lancashire resource. That HSAMPA o pass here. Almost J. And some almost J NTC number no. Enti enye bibia eye online, eye face to face.
Now one share check bibia them number do find house
at post. Obe indicate say you are at post.
Okay.
Only at post is almost Yahweh say only at post because at post now. They not just say who are at post. Assumption of duty letter. What the baba. And that don't know come man from assumption of omo me ko fa buy. The next Monday
assumption letter.
Yes, buy. Me ko fa Friday your greater grace start here then Friday. Man from assumption omo catch say Monday me from bra. Monday me declare. Oko validation now. Say national service no. Ebi awe wo di diploma na year national service but we apply no di degree national service no ebe indicate say wo di diploma na buy no omaga just say diploma certificate na che say indeed and all the year national service kofabra
process am
I'm telling you data Accra omo
abani wa sa director general no kra no ne kraka no ma na wo mu no
omo jini na
it is Ghana na to the bia
qualifier.
Why?
Unim say chale. If so mix it because me do guitar craft. Yeah. Mix one requirement omoja.
One mo ntwe wanim craft.
Just can where you wait from. Where you wait.
Really?
Yes. Just where you wait from. That's the validation now. Ya koye no. Document e baby so. Face miss ya ko no. Guitar craft ya ko na graduation brochure no. Encount lateness nti bebre na we dey say encount onam so no we dey say nu ha yenko Monday
monko famra
nti wow graduation brochure so omo pe cover
na graduation brochure dey no pe o
just say
you graduated is there the peculiar information
yes so for the graduation brochure there is an aspect that you see your name in it with the class and the certificate no match class na graduation brochure no so mo say ampa obi underline wudin e wo sa graduation brochure no aye photocopy amom obi front page no aye baby a wudin no so amom that day I asked myself how wealthy is graduation brochure than the certificate itself I have.
Nipa no grad certificate okrane national service NTC licensure exams
the omoji
what say what per graduation brochure
omoji no so can. And funny enough my own I was not having na me ni bi sad than me sola ho machin ko wini ba me we school wini ba e ko je foforo
mistakenly
ase
ayira
we are out
Miss Emma me to kwan ko wini ba e ko je graduation brochure foforo wini ba e ko ye photocopy mom
the course of Greater Accra it's a Greater Accra Education Directorate it's more de mo ye Greater Accra Education Directorate de mo ye enti ye wo mrekwa Education Director na mu no kra no Ghana Education Service Director General no kra say monfa enwama na ebe F4 enwama 4 na monfa mra mo de mo kan ya asem onipa no kofa the graduation brochure mra. Really? Why? It's something I can say ya. So, as I expressing now how impactful is really affecting these teachers in question. Said the idea no the magnitude of the matter at stake. Graduation brochure. The panic with any certificate. Was it and I was saying I got mom could get transcript in the crab. Yeah, some more. Okay, so it's when the process is just a move.
And I said, I'm not making no. With the
validation, na will be a check.
I'm taking
now.
I saw Mark just obey me.
I don't make it.
It is a won't qualify when now.
And even Pono, what's your winning? No, but no much check or master lesson.
Okay, so we do
woman, son. And if I do me, Sonny dear, or Jamie let and first, a check is a meeting war. Master lesson and son or mommy proceeded to the next table.
Okay.
Then from there you can start presenting your documents one after the other. Until account we are now Yaman, now we're cross checking, now we're taking. Now why Yaman, now we're taking. And that's the process we went.
Document is both original and photocopy.
And Tomuji photocopies, no more answer the original.
And so documents the your photocopy.
But the original in
Beko. Now one match original photocopy no. BBI you can normally photocopies no. Another day woman can be and fancy. Because we share to say region no more and the almost year now. Say by now
almost master no headquarters.
Now it's a region reason being tina woman say no man kick out. Oh my god,
Rabbi, I think before Yeba won't change a week or so before the intelligence and make gather of Ministry of Education said almost all regional directors and a meeting after almost submitting validation document. Now, as to what transpired at that meeting, up to now, we don't know the content of it. Oko regional director say, "I didn't know what TV GNS almost all my common one." And then many workers say, "Many me IPPD man, I can say answer me, but maybe since I didn't know what or so on so on TV."
Oh yeah. And no crown. You just all back kaya. Your call headquarters no. I brand new PCA Deputy Minister, Mr. Clement Apak.
Yeah.
We tried meeting him.
Yeah.
And I'm not also saying.
Also, yes, no, see, or parliament.
Nipi and on Castle, there was a regional, almost regional.
Okay. All right. What the Mame and share church of phone be on my Facebook Live, Needs 100.9 FM, local YouTube and the Despite Media. And Sophia Buedu. I say it's very sad in our country. Even foreigners enjoy more than us. For mercy, or say we are the teacher union, or say why are the teacher union silent? Is it a crime to be a teacher in Ghana? Benizobing, or say I got my appointment letter 8 November and I got my regional letter to be sent to my school. The ICT department was full, so I was asked to do reposting. Reposting for Nibinio. Reposting for about 5 months. Now, my letter is still at the regional office. Wherever you go to, whenever I go to the regional office, they tell you they are waiting for a feedback from the Director General of Ghana Education Service before they can work on our document. So, go day. Or see, we are citizens. And we are going through all these. When you say, from Oti region to Central region, and now all these things are happening. Patricia, Owusu Nodiaba. When you say, Mark, I got my regional letter to the school, and I was posted, but the headmaster I met told me they were overstaffed, so they gave me a letter back to the regional office for reposting. The reposting for no ebinie. And I will also say all the sectors who were involved in the revocation issue has been resolved. Only the teachers are suffering. Why? DG, you're wicked. And we say Yeah Mirabel said, please help us. Try. Grace, see the way health workers are fighting for their people. And health workers, then they say it will resolve. I don't know, even some of the institutions, I've been told, say, Wama resolve, no many be. So, some of the institutions, that is what I've been told. It's a minimum the entire money over 2,629 and nipa 2,629. We ain't to make a bibian show. Kododoku said we've been made to quit our jobs just to suffer. Esu Elvis said teaching is becoming unattractive. And we also said the chief of staff instructed appointments that were made December 7. But why is GS revoked the appointment of teachers who were appointed before December? God is watching. Nanekuya Achema Mensa also have to rent and move my 2 kids to a different school to where I was posted. So GS, please, do you really care about us? Rosalind, let's say, please. Majority of us are still waiting for our confirmation letters. GS, please do something for us. And we say, please, we want to know our state. We say how this country is heading. It's too serious. Wow. Kweku divinity say politicians. And we say I usually meet Amoa Henwa sorry also is watching us. Kwajan says boss, it's not only teachers, even non-teaching too were revoked. Non-teaching staff is okay.
Yeah, I'll put some count.
Yeah, Michelle gave you a greater Accra or non-teaching staff.
One more so there's one my affected.
Yes, they also part.
One more appointment in so and yeah.
Obi your library and access storekeeping.
One more jina so come home.
Yes.
Any idea? It is not only Greater Accra, all over the country. They were requesting for the graduation brochure.
Meme ka dia me fam.
I say graduation brochure to cover bra. I say ya reko ya san yesterday. Ebenezer Ben said they really want to kill us. G has advertised for employment in August, September, and we applied, and by God's grace, we got an appointment, and you people want to sideline us. And Abiba Yaya said, non-teaching to his part, and no more catching me. And we say the same thing is happening in Ahafo Regional. As one more graduation brochure as a vara. I didn't see and come home. Make me tell you. Nigeria's feel almost to be a dear now with church because even chief of staff need your kind or see after 7 December. Now GS director what I say Obi and won't payroll so. Okay, later we say more fan normal 9 and normal 4 more fan call. One more could do a so called graduation brochure, bra. Yes, so coffee, dear man. NTC resource, bra. Yes, Ghana card across the come home.
Ghana card.
Yes, some more. Where's the Central Region also demanded for a graduation brochure? It means I'm a brochure, no, it was across board, but more Greater Argentina. Mocha and OT region crown, so come ahead. And some more Kwaku say GS graduation recruitment 2024 staff are suffering. Please, I have 5 children plus my wife. I have to feed them all. Challenge the staff I demand. And director we say Akosia Sewa. I see we are still waiting for our confirmation letter. Why? I see we did not print the appointment letters ourselves. GS, please wake up. Eyasemo. Alama for Abahai Pound. Odisika Don, we will say for the graduation brochure, the Bono region also made it a requirement. I had to travel back to Winneba. Now, sir, woman him say because graduation brochure, yeah, DBA, it should be a major requirement. A brand be a walk off for validation process. It's a graduation brochure, so no one him say more the beba. Moko do as one bomb man, and now catch them. Yeah,
you could call Friday, and I'm quickly catch your platform. So wherever you were, you have to travel to where your school is located and then get it.
It's all my mom money. Would be a so called graduation brochure. I then a year and was our woman. Sometimes the moment I was out, no man, no, you're too more. I then say, yeah, and was. But see, it is say right now, petitions now, what I said, the next step near the end.
Whatever, me person me come, I'm saying not to say. Senia nipa miensa, edi omo nkwa eto ho ma Ghana fa ho de. Ene me Eugene person me come man nyina to say. After this process is nyina, na hwe amba. Me ene me penny ya di ye ho esi wo say leaders for this union and this group no. ye de yenkwa even post it demands say the yenkwa ebeto ho ama ye reinstatement abaso ebeye. We have our plans, but we just don't want to make it known. But ye perceive my genius and Ministry of Education et say if after all this process now you we would go ye be call the length and breadth to which to demand for our right. Because also Article 24 of Ghana's Constitution 1992 say all persons and everybody and everyone should be given decent work opportunities. And can say MPP and can say NDC and can say obia onye omayimba or say obi biara enya access to decent work opportunity. We have graduated ye school ya co school ya prepared say be ye juma edi aboa. It is our constitutional mandate and it should be given to us. Enti ya adwin say GS epe say ye fa oha wo nyina na ye wu mpo na ye ready say be fam ewu.
Okay, hi indeed 100.8 church for no me bia homa no ntum na mo nso mo betimi aba so no say level a empanyufo yi wo mo agina manam a wo mo tu akwakodu numbers ne ye 030 me sure mo ma church for no for the other time mo ya de me see akole mo ma church for no ba mo pa 03022 57902 03022 57902 and 03022435540 03022435540 na especially mo amoye teachers no mo teachers ne take part Mrs. Subiama 03022579002 03022579002 and 03022435540 03022435540 and yet Emmanuel say many yet as MPP and this is some year to baby where there 2,629 teachers are suffering. 2,629 teachers are suffering. Ninjana said they were directed from a chief of staff. And Akoba said Ghana Education Service Director General do okotire mu say chief of staff the end creation and to do twimu so be a won kopero so biano pe baby tena. Meanwhile na the end no be 2023. Obi 2023 no nya appointment. Payroll non course so because the staff ID mine. The staff for ninjana are affected. It will be said, what do we do? Now, what do we do? Not the usual politics. Yeah. Mame kwa amano so na menje amafa adwenche. Meba cho memwadio.
Yeah, you are Mike. How are you?
Yeah, nyanko pado mboko na so eh.
Eso me ho ya fa into adwenche. Eso be your friend Kwame, Kasepi Besasa.
Okay.
Me a teacher ni ye posting me 2021, but my wife ye posting in last year, which is July. Up to now, the staff ID my almost calling staff validation will be our post. But then they require this to do another teacher for young teachers. I mean, my problem is that these are your big problem, especially the basic level to senior high level. Because I say we see there no, you don't leaders who fear in any. At the end of the month, monthly dues, edging source control at dues, at the running association, and same be say bar, almost you. Make I say quick days go, teach and EBR, what's there, 25 years, and wouldn't be how baby I can do when you cancer, so they will 50,000 for the cancer treatment. NAT was able to provide 2,500 to the third teacher. The problem with teacher facing in our media makers union leaders now and ecosystem with our senior campus also.
Okay. Also, yeah, that's oh, they went to mention so number no 03022435540 03022435540. If you are affected teacher, my mental worker, baby be our and 03022579002 03022579002. Remember to Madio?
Yeah, no.
Yes, sir. You too.
Radio. Baby, me Kumasi, me Kazesu Kumasi.
Okay.
My wife we are affected. Now, senior, so only our me sister, you know, Ube Kumasi, but you be now say Kumasi, but somewhere. Schools be do like teachers. It's yes, someone they have many say. Ye teacher unions, no, or more. If you saw a moon can be my one, this is 7 years, the form so a museum, and yes, the one can be my or mona, Muniamo, and
Okay, once you are done, say. Me pacho, mama fa do don pacho majo.
Yes, I'm a jury.
Yes, sir. You too rapping.
Never some day I regret on. Like a surface is near teacher. Oh, now a 2018 Kaya, this issue of license exam. Then I'm a national teaching council court. My jury, near any no more common, a big issue. I don't know how to see Castanity today. They are broad attempt to it. Nay, young teachers, they work with that. Can be my union. We don't care about them. And I also believe the unions in MYA. Majority, for all you know, this composition of MTC, all these union leaders in Naka. And they go and make negotiations. It doesn't really feel us. And so I believe that going forward, no, I will get time into your studio and then we'll discuss some of these matters. For you to make. Once you say matters, you are either transferred to the beer mark. What was your transfer is twice within 1 year because we speak for our own rights. And see, your platform is big. You're making sure you're in stadium.
Medan say, and also with the idea. Maybe I saw me wajo.
Me pacha me do so.
Okay, you too.
Pacha, if I'm a Porsche, me kata free greater car. Pacha, me pesa me nka bibi nche JS. The appointment letter no, any paper, any letter yanka say actually first of all. Secondly, na mufa ejuma yet one na musa mo pengrofo. And I ya school no ya apply na market no fine. This no the much here to say slaves bin ya bagana my muga. Boni ben ya ni say see be teacher for boni ya na say. Ya kata GS for omutimi nku ya amnam. Yempe emotional and mental problem bia we ya brabo. Yes, what no matter fire. Send a queer on my fast to the fire. Mamma fire came queer fast did. Now you day feel a dear bushia wako high die oh baby. Number 2 we say yes. Yeah, gonna for yes, ain't so cocoa will be no but a die to fit that. But a GS why say ya, you never think that's cocoa your I am per se baby say in a man for yan to Abama NBC. Yan ye president is all my soul mobile sir. Yes, we are having me a show. Pacha me dancing.
Porsche also me dance. A church of phone castle. Me pacho memoajo.
Yeah, Joe.
Get you.
Me pacho. Then so make a safi greater cry. Me de ajoa ousu. Na me shall see December. Up till now, yen sika bia yen tishi say say but see I'm head say me volunteer. They say I will school. Teacher see show. She say why basa ye be school crowd who say wo ko. So we are because I say ye hu ne yes remu. Samo ba ke bia na ye. Why?
Okay, thank you. Meba choma joy. Okay, 030-2257-902. 030-2257-902. And now 030-2243-540. For affected ones, you know. And me pe omo ye pa. Meba choma joy.
Yeah.
Yo, ye too.
I'm not sure if I'm because of so.
Okay.
But so, why number and why
Me pacho wa man mo ye de do I don't remember.
Me pacho me say why number at the Friday days to and kabin my Ghana from na
We are teacher ni o.
But to me teacher ni me see how I number so much say no me either so omubeku na say because you say ye bre.
And who school no eh?
But me school
Twase. I said Twase the Ashanti region.
Ashanti region.
Okay.
And you no me either so no omobe we city and I say ombeku because I did be a corner before so be and see every moment I say strong.
Okay, madam say. Mamisha say menya over from so aha. 0302243540. In fact, I want the teachers to express their sentiments. Said yeah, and question because as I say to me enya the results. Now enkonkwe say some people will be pretending say woman teshe.
Hello.
Mebajo.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, boss.
In fact, medicine so baby can say my bomb of us power.
Yeah, that's about dinner.
Moody. Na the tea the ATM say Mr. Meka teachers for Sebi Umoko Sahunya here we MC two and a more be na the chance to cry and say information I yet on grounds essay. If case not taken, Omube reinstate Oma or more assumption of duty. Na sebi yenia ye work a yinon kwano ye can't say any assumption of duty no and I say yenia ye call school muno bibinti school honum ayema there sounds so letter from the regional Silentino Omube cancel ye the no more every institute now assumption of duty no kwa and yes some more council among can be made in a senior beya be a bit me the papa amay at the massy.
You what's the situation I say? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And it's an intelligence we've picked on the ground.
So
yes. It's an intelligence we've picked because assumption of duty. Record is admitted for Deputy Minister of Education. PNSA about 1,000 and something. Over 2,600 no 1,000 and something pen assume duty before Chief of Staff letter buy. That means the rest of them are having their letters stuck at the regional offices.
Oh wow, anko.
Enko omu call classroom ye. And I yes stress omu doson. And I akwenya oho say we mu nyina betumi enya kwan atra de wo schools.
Okay.
Yes, 3 years. And Minister of Education.
Schools grant church for a short wo.
If you assume duty, be mu 3 classes together.
Classes. Hey. Okay. Majo. Hello. Oh, okay. Amadia Fadio Osro. Majo ha.
Yeah, we just do.
Yes, I hate you.
But your friend Bismarck, we were in Kofu Senior High School. Mr. Meka, African teachers now.
Okay.
Me they were at post. They HR, they don't put practice. They whole school HR there, but up to now, you're seeing with the airco. But that room, Mumbai.
It's who at post one.
About time at post is here.
What when your appointment letter any date be?
About time 8th November.
8th November, the enemy.
About time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And you have some few calls now. Many and penfui are quadimina. Yashem. Sorry, 0302243540 and 0302257902. Majo. Yeah, Brian, too.
But all me the kids or able to.
Okay.
Make affected people no.
But all school near here.
But the sound go to a mixed school.
Now, what when your appointment letter, Breben?
Began on the 8th of November.
It will report say.
Yeah, maybe the question said me basic no matter to secondary school. And you know, may they letter a call for reposting. On where you're reposting mommy to be assume you work on the 8th of January. The assumption of duty I mean started on the 8th of January.
Okay. All right. It was why affected.
But am I affected?
You. Yeah, that's why.
That's
that's
what
about. That's about. Okay, Mammy Fadoria, maybe I told
Yeah, chief.
Okay. Body any baby or free?
Daniel.
Daniel, what can be? Oh, fine.
Double track, no single track PCCI.
I just say one more coin.
Yeah, ye be and ra.
Momu be and ra. Okay.
Yeah. But this is na ayina ba no amana mi hu send me cool, send me bo. The amana my big quarters. Now I want to ask Director General no first place no or say issue we na statement na Chief of Staff at the buy no or say asia there. Because Chief of Staff say appointment after 7th December. Now, Ubeka say staff who are not yet on payroll. I don't think that the Chief of Staff kind of DG not yet. And the Mebacho Sebi, I am paying for no year. I consider any maybe because I affect a baby. Mebacho Medas and I'm Pacho Mumma and Catra.
Also, yeah, that's a pa. Mebacho do the memoir. Oh, when to me, and you so right, how you need 100.9. It's a so something about Johnny, a church for a woman affected Chief of Staff directives, you know, and one more crowd, the woman fully within a year, the time specification, and as a period that Chief of Staff can once and no common hearing. But
Hello?
yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, boss. About you.
Before show, me affected.
But we didn't say now because a friend.
Me your friend
Ishmael, okay.
Me for show, me fi Central Region, and you put me by Ashanti Region Kumasi. Nukrini, me free, but me was Central. You can imagine. My background say, I was Ashanti Region. Me brand TV, I think say a month. I'm a Chief of Staff. No, Director General of Education. A day letter we buy. Look me, I remember whom you left and right. Send me call back. Send me say at no one more. Me wamba I won't call her. Into Miss Lama, me punch any demand. Most can be mine. Why?
Okay. Obey, yeah, that's it. All right. Ma yenfa few ones na ave yenfensi na yenhwe. See now what we are calling for is say paying for bit me intervene. A church of one the so mo ye bia wo maye. E normal kra na Director General no kra nka say wo mo demanding free wo mo ho no. Wo mo ko demanding e mo pass through all these frustrations. So all these frustrations. But yet a church of we am managing no ama enkakran until the ebisa ne say what next? To say again, and I can't. To say, a be a year train so ever home, and no, and a year de home and come on. Okay, Mebajo, Memorio for your mamma. Enco, Majo. Mebajo Majo. Yes, sir, Memorio. Hello. Okay. But yeah, I can universe way now on Casana, yeah, she be far for. So, you know, say, Uncle for no one more still, as we did the other time, a lot of them, no, express a woman who, how are you managing, coordinating the affairs? I said, was you say most standing in there, ma over 2,000 teachers. Are they aware?
Over.
How many were doing?
Your national page.
Yeah,
over 2,000. You to mean capture OBI, but we are still fetching. Now, your corner here, but you as leaders. In fact, ye salary. Ye name say Ejumano ye go so echo you. Ye na ye contributing for all this effort. Inti ni American say me man for nyina ase. Say with the little effort we also trying our best. They also rallying behind us with the little contribution they can also make. And I also want them to understand that we are not relentant on our efforts. Yen Jem Ochena. Nya yesre nyina ne say Director General yesre no ombra beka bibi nchire. Minister of Education Haruna Idrisu ombra ombeka bibi nchire. O de on kan no e wo media no so mpo na on cho
enka na onka bibi.
Ano ya adwi say be hia no. But date e be hia no de yembo. you be sharing impromptu. And this time we will demand for answers before we leave his premise. Rabbi, remember what was today? You be sharing.
Oh.
Me here.
Okay, it's you're not just your phone now. Well, Tommy, and then what can they talk to?
I said Good Friday.
Yeah.
Your mom Penny shared the word with Lighthouse.
Okay.
Okay, more Good Friday, no. And I'll say we should carry each other's burden.
Yeah.
Oh, say ye na boa ye home. Until your best say G director say at least anke asoma your mom Penny kind no. Oh ye number. Oh, say me ba kosa ahunye mu atiti mu a obefele sen if we are to share other burden there as say na onu so ye den say no watch that there 4 to 5 months obi in original letter e wo ho so oko so oba ohun dia oye no ho the be so me say so mo a omumbre mu ye den o man e bia say letter ne ba and the room so sisa no final no
crowd and yes be a more come back to say assurance na mo
okay sisi ano validation na mo koye no
yeah
this is the outcome
ni ne qualify
you qualify no ni person say bibi no ba kopra no akwa den akwa and say na me di kaka no validation na yakoye drop any if you don't qualify who be because a document they demand it for ibra now the aba it is at say graduation brochure omo kan so we ni bia e be we fimu on the best stage yes yes omo mbra ye mo because enye easy one day madam me colleague back on o say to me chale dia me di cry den obi a wa o nti say me send ni bibi yes o cha ade o great accra class 2 na akambo mama no enu am ne kasa o say atomi me nim say committee dem baby dwe me ho o catch me straight also nim say go turn baby edwe no ho class 2 na akambo mu a o cha nko na ade
okay ya be ko so ane ye de akire na ya hwe the outcome mo so na mo to bi amboto bi ano ya be follow up na megime di say e bia your next nkomo na e positive so ya ka tram so mo issue no ka de mo a mo qualify no see net here na so mo hwe mo crop no mo de money fam bi obi o ha on qualify na
Rabbi say na me kan if you don't qualify
Papa during the Easter period no miss ye catch your call for say obi an sending the appointment letter ne assumption of duty and me personally on WhatsApp do not send here na labor union say em fan bro but ye share labor union process on person dey film no e be very cumbersome and you forget na enkrata meje ye no e show say be call for no e cra genuine letters it is a matumi agege e bi mu letters metumi e dey
the labor union for no person ye dey
ye petition labor union so mo mbrem nkb ma ye labor union say ye printing over 2629 letters in fan bro with assumption of duties ni na wo a wo reposting fa sa document ni na account ye bisa ye ho say me pack we nyina e dey good dem e dey akọ because we realized the process was going to be very lengthy.
How did you get the number?
The 2000.
How did you arrive on the
okay so it is on the social media GSBB obey and the two abonting omo granted ye appointment letters ni nyina wie no omo ka appointment letters ni nyina ebo mu on one PDF
okay
bia ni nyina 2620 na nyina e wo so ene medi hu say nyina ye 2600 because ubia obehwehwe wudin
wom
yes obia be wudin and then you realize say 2629 so we have that document also with us Wafa I had decided na dey imagine yes I decided na dey ma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say e Ghana for ya na ye to abama na say ensesaye embra yesere na onye bibi emaye na ekom ede ye
Yena masesa na nso yeto nsa from mobile yene eya chechirefo ya wo ma ya affected with revocation of appointment yene nyina ne ye Owura Julius Debra na directives na ba ye no but directives ne kra na chechirefo wo mo fall within sad directive because wo mo de no appointment letters no ne wo mo anya wo mo de ntempo 8 November manfo nyinya obi kra de o say onya director general GS koka say Woma enko payroll so. Meanwhile, no crowd so yes, son and chief of staff or can. And now kwakwa so myself fa no mama. One more quiet validation crown impono. One more quiet and no Director General Troy say one more fan kono. One more could do regional directors and one more swako be before. Say mo kofa wimra. And a church of we frustrations one more firm. Woman ya no be community paying for yesra mutie yen. Me kai say torchlight. Me ye torchlight mene eye owusu. Solomon owusu. Me pon ma pon me sora ko asamba ko ameka ye no. E ho na manfo twae. E na mo de ko nante. Dia mi ken. Nipa na ti o. Why na just say wa pretend. Mo me ye ho sa o. Penifo dia ye ka no. A church we e ho kire wo mo. Bibi wo ho say ye ma o ma. E che say ye ma. You didn't Thomas madam say. Why? It's here the anybody at any follow. Why?
Nyamishra.
Okay, unshira won so. Need 100.9 esu ni na be ba ko mo fufuro bi o se here.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Twem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibian so beri ni waware ni a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. We den kan no tumu ho. Me be mo anu so hye kura dia ka ho. Wo hade a wapi ho. O ka se batete e da fom ho. This way chocolate drink.
Catch up be baba ware.
Asew.
Ye fi say this way chocolate drink. Ya sorry no pa no ne yenom ye bi hye fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom kokko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so hye
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so hye
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkrato emu agye atum se eye
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Utie oha extra punk no.
Ya no me bibribe ye nya kofa to yeso etu esi be mabo okunkunim kofa ejina ne so akwara padi kokwe hu ededa mana ekire no ye ne adeshiambra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu kira wanwade esumu apai mo hire nya kwa pie awonwasem nie we die bi si pen ye Neat FM Yamamwa Kwaba
Jamwa Kwaba edeba Neat 100.9 eti yane achechefo na wie na Ivan Samo awa Ivan say member of the NDC National Communication Team Evans awa ha yane no eba bedi enkomo so far we share politically said ya enwama eko na we share the fight against illegal mining and reche no we share Chief Justice the sense somebody baby a ede yen ababa bedroom. What we are asking is as on my politicization of certain issues a fine energy. If I said to say,
Yamiadum,
no, my course,
Kakra. Na senya wo kan fa Chief Justice de hu ina. Me de kakra me wo kan say, ye ma politics e de anim.
As a Chief Justice ade.
Yes.
wofa wo NDC ni mofa also ade ne de Chief Justice ibi eka obekọ insam ne de ano odin na why say MPP so petition hwi ni. Meanwhile outstanding committee wo ho man penye na kasa afa amra kwan so our power. So why the political commentaries?
That is the point I'm making. Say I'm surprised about some of you no call law school ni ba omuniema omoye, especially men come far as a first case or their court is here say they should catch the suspension of the Chief Justice. The Supreme Court should catch it. They can only comment about it. They can't catch it. Why am I saying so? Constitutional provisions. Now me who say MPP for mama many problem. Because according to Asafana, so a petition in Bedaho about 6 weeks ago, about 1.5 months, President Nanya Huhe a tree no see or the Akama Council of State. That doesn't mean say the government want to impeach him and as they want to remove him. It's a process. Now oya banya assemble near the between anuma on come here. What is the stage and what type of government President Mahama is trying to implement? And no mommy as him. But once the constitution make him as a conveyor belt, say onya petition bia on Fankama Council of State, and Council of State have to establish prima facie evidence say there is a case against her before any other thing. And the president did exactly the same. Into the come on, what's he already say? A queer befaso. Now the Chief Justice will respond to the case and give his part of the verdict. Sani me ina yani ma assembly the court. Now Chief Justice Nakasa out to say the president should bring him a copy. Excuse me to say without due respect to my Chief Justice. It's not all that and a buo kakra.
And she will say so no assembly fan. Now Okasa man penny man copy or submit a copy.
I think that approach was too harsh. So Becca my penny say on copy. Publicly and openly.
Letter not to come on.
Yes, what I'm trying to say is that we have to establish a code of conduct, the way we communicate to ourselves. If you come out say Adia or say Media Kama Council of State, he hasn't made any comment. Media Kama Council, you come and say, Mami copy. You could have even pick a phone and call a place say, Menya copy if you can help me in that order. If it's part of the processes.
But some man penny this way the man.
Yes, but I think that will create the tension be bebo muntem. Because me amiti here we am saying me fe. It will compare me to exercise my powers. Se menya don't cross me two near wire current me too. And the feel the Chief Justice now approaching was to me it wasn't proper. I don't want to say it's wrong because it's the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. It was a bit harsh and improper to me. Me think they should have used a very smooth and a very cordial manner to approach the request of the petition. Me feel say honor generate na minua Abranti Asafua the other court to say you want to put injunction on the constitutional provision.
Send on their court.
Or their court, but it can only stop that unless referendum. The constitution was established by referendum.
What I'm
trying to say is the provision in the constitution can only be changed by referendum. It is written black and white that when this happens, this is what the president has to do. So where's here? Say next president in a year. This will be per se. The Supreme Court can give comment about it, but they can't revoke that provision of the constitution. You can only revoke a provision, especially when it's an entrenched clause, unless referendum, and that one also is an entrenched clause. If it's a sign it creates tension between the Chief Justice and the presidency. I think that there should have been a proper approach of handling this matter. I still have confidence, say, I don't think the president or the government is intent to remove the Supreme Court. In the moment you hear quiet, MPP4 specifically, I'm making any reactions. We are too desperate. That's what I see on the part of the opposition MPP. I hear there was a statement from Afayo Makin and the group. I hear Asafo has gone back to the court again, say they should catch the suspension, the presidential suspension. Well, on America say you can only catch it by referendum.
But do you think it's a political commentary in the course of the normal?
It's a political commentary, but it's not a provision in the constitution.
MPP Ekasa.
Yes, that has been the emphasis. Yes.
Your man Penny Mono was setting up committee. Yes, anymore. No, is it proper?
Me who say Penifo Pina Nipe Pinzo can be that refer to political commentary, especially on the part of the government. Or come me boss, national chairman, see in Katias more kind. Let's answer Santa Moka far Bandia, some more kind, and near Kikau. But they are commentaries, they are not provisions in the constitutions. Near the year, you say, I am Rana and Dahomayano. Mrana, I am so dear. An idea, fine, you can make your comment, but is it provision in law? Does it make sense in law? If you have made comment and it doesn't make sense in law, what can say? Nanya Yensuno, I am Rania de Juma. In fact, I actually don't support the removal of the Chief Justice. I expect that the rule of law will prevail.
And the Ghana Bar Association for now, man for Craig, as I say, Ghana Bar Association for MREP, Woman Rambecas, almost Babacasa, almost say, one more GDS rule of law, Ebe Juma, one more GDS, and yes, one more Ghana Bar Association, Bibiana. Maybe almost one Babajabia, one more call, but one more expect to say yes, the rule of law must work.
So Majidi Pass say the rule of law will work. The objective of President Mahama is to reset the country. And when you look at some of the things that have established, say PDM and other things, it must be wrong. And there's a lot of those committees can give recommendation, let the woman pay and go and do his work. It's about the recommendation consistency. They should set up a 5-member committee. He actually enlisted the type, the class, the group of categories of people. Committee. No? It is about appealing to the people. They can recommend such as Sikana Wodeke Sadiano. It is unlawful. Go and pay. And go and do your work. It is about the side. They be rebena. Yeah, politicizing. Na day. I see desperateness on the part of the micro minority, especially their leader.
Why am I desperate?
Yes, desperate. Especially look at what happened in the home of the Bank of Ghana. As MCC by 3 days, as send a leader no crowd out. We are too desperate. They are trying to find fault on the government so that they can start. Somebody was saying we'll go on demonstrations. This Supreme Court issue, Chief Justice issue. But it's one of the leadership of the MPP party say we'll be on the street. I dare them to go to the street. Ghana for Nimro. I dare anybody. I hear the organizer will say, I dare anybody to go to the streets. Okay, let's go to so we be the nature. Yeah, them not all. Yes, see ABC in the Mamina. Yeah, former committee who is part of the processes in the constitution. I believe in genuine. I don't believe in politicization of issues of this because Mameno or Wabusia, it has a dependency. Psychologically, it can disturb her. Sasembi say tuna. Well, I don't support the view say at all costs we should move her or whatever it is. Me feel say the due process must follow. The due process must follow. Yet the petitioner by conveyor ballot or the Accord Council of State, they have established prima facie evidence in a case. And yes, Sembia court some what court into where before. I believe the Chief Justice can win this case. And when you win this case, some signal to her and other Chief Justice to come say, what on Sabo Abam Sikamu say Bioma? And it's part of the resetting agenda. It's part of resetting agenda. Yes, all these things will come to play. Somebody might ask you, are you the one who have to spend the state money? I'm not buying a mouth. All these things, people, penny for intellectuals are meeting. the minds will be brainstorming. He will be there to be cautioning, say the reason why he did that. He can apologize. He can read search as pay the money. All those things are part of the provisions in the Constitution, especially Auditor General is part of it. He understands when you misappropriate state resources, they say charge you to pay. Somebody did not understand why Auditor General was there. It involved money. It involves state money. You see, and he's expert in that way. He can also set charge as part of the recommendation. We have set charge, he should refund the money to the state and go back to his work. Now, Ebani sa mo yamu demonstration, mo chwa statement na mfaso be na munyae. Dear pa na munyae. NDC is a genuine party. We are not Azan. We mean to reset this country. We want Ghana to be a genuine state. That the court is called court. The legislature is called legislature, and the executive does their work as it is. And that's what every single NDC person means. Ya masi eba bedi nema ya be ye government be atuamu ko na ye bi kra ye ko on fa so yi Charlotte say. On procurement processes, they can go back and do the reprocurement and the difference they pay. It doesn't call for impeachment of the EC this okay.
Ma yan share dia wo kan ya man panyin John Dramani Mahama de sembi atuja. Na wa kire se dia opeso e oja na legacy. Yentie nsemo ya ode tudwe bra ohia na point is owura good luck Jonathan kra kwa appear ewo eye program ase yentie nsemo ode tudwe.
I make this plain not to point fingers or to lament about the situation, and that is not why we are here. We're here because Ghanaians chose hope. They voted for leadership that is bold, humble, honest, and unafraid to take the tough decisions that will transform our country. I stand before you not to make promises, but to issue a challenge. And that challenge begins with each of us in this room. We cannot solve the problems of today with the methods of yesterday. We must lead differently, we must think differently, and we must act differently. The business as usual approach will not work. Indeed, it is dead, and we must bury it once and for all. This retreat with its theme, reimagining leadership in a reset Ghana, is more than symbolic. It is actually a call to action. We're not here simply to orient ministers. We're here to shape a collective mindset, a shared vision for leadership that is people-centered, that is innovative, transparent, and that is transformational. Ghana needs more than just competent administrators. We need bold reformers, ministers who will lead with courage, who will say what needs to be said, do what needs to be done, and who will stand by the truth even when it is inconvenient to say so. And that is what leadership demands at this moment. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain.
Wey aye nsema ye mampenye waka edi achire aye na appointees. Ose ebrenadu ono ne se obetwa sapapa edi ato. Ebrenadu se na appointees ne behu se adwuma odi ahye omonsa no obia beyire ne ho aye adwuma. Den konkoba se dipa no odi adwuma ne bedi agro. Enye se nipa ne ba wa ba ono o bepe bibi adi. Ana wo ko se da bi enye sa na etio. Na wo yen se mi Ghana mampanyi aka. Se mi mu yenwamo. Na so appointees no wo mo de beye adwuma na. Appointees no wo mo e de beye adwuma na. Ensema Ghana mampanyi aka. Evans, ensema Ghana mampanyi aka kire na appointees. Kwanya etese o mo fa so krampo no mani sika no. Etese de dia ma o se fa di dwuma bi no di bedi. Enkonko ye se obeye ehuhudie. Ose se no mani nyina ne nya de a ebeboa. Wo mo nwe Ghana ho kane. Appointees di ba be adwumani. Evans.
Medasi adeba menti a yerura esedu nketam national chairman. Adeba kwa na fitiase na make kan say we value the opportunity given us as a party. Ye bre pa na ye buy ATS okuku mafu hasa. Uhu niema ye fam amania ho kira ewo mamu no. E demand say se pese etra power ye bema ye ni abre. Ye di obuo ebema nkrofo na ema ye opportunity no. Ye bebre ho ase we apply the limited resources wisely and diligently. And I think that's what our president is saying. Asemna Yura Mahama Kano. It is in dire with the NDC manifesto, and it's in dire with the spirit and the vision of our party. Sa na yehna yebeye na sa so na party ni pese eye. Enti meso mefa sa kun aso medi bia kan ye man pani de hu se ye NDC fo obia baby bia ubegyina no masa obuo ahombrase aban sika no se na waka no wodo nsa tuma nsa de a wode ye no efeta. Be pragmatic, be vision, be innovators. Position here the amount, create other substance. Manensere sani sitie, create avenues for the party people. I think it's most important say ye be ni sa. Enti ebeboa ama economy na stable. Men person may accuse any other government, but this is a term of NDC, and behold on has said will leave a good legacy for the 4 years. Ama omude
presidents no aya no moka osha your immediate past president Nanado acha ne nkrofo no wonim say business na be ya me ma na be mo wonim say na be ya so one moka but aya na appointees in the year adwuma osha eye president Mahama ba yi wenye de edi kan a other one na de man appointees o ana wenye de edi kan a o caution wo mo say odi dwumadi bi ahye omonsa na aya na yebisa say so aya na nsam na president kanu ana amampanyimfo no wo mo kanu eno no mo de ye adwuma
me da say ade ba ko ni say I don't me person make kan Yerukufu ado amamu ho asem bio because Ghana 4 has given their verdict.
Yeah,
whatever happened at that time, whatever statement comment bi o ye no e ho resource ni nyae no na Yerua Mahama eka. But one thing I na ham kakra say when we say we don't put punitive measures around it. But Yerua Mahama be last 4 years. Emra Vicky Mahama can say on the yes ten papa ne sake no. Abele
No, no, say last 4 years. 20 and they say
the first regime
the first term.
Abele Pele say why. Ono ankasa de ne court. Inti Abuga Pele. Yewa Mahama ankasa de ne court. Am I prosecute ne de no ko jail. Inti NDC has that track record. Say you catch no one far. You betu aso. Enye se bi se obi a obeka keke. Obegina pension platform so aka. No come behind the scene awon oye. And there's records. So we yes party na ankasa betu aso. Party no be fire. So do kokota or do be kokot. So jeliwa obejelu. Enti na mesren say momma ye hina yentie no asopam na yenfanya adwuma. It is enough say they have created so many conditions favorable for a minister, a CEO, whoever. The objective is to give a very a conducive environment to work. No, upon all these juicy conditions, you know work. Now person abensika, now person we say and as person we hear a nema enfata. Yeru Mahama say onubedi why be da no be ye pa so. Nti mumma ye hina ye mfanya futu ema ye when this ni bia. Peni bia when your opportunity ye de mai. You need a council say ye beba. When your opportunity or service, you see it as an opportunity, not because he's qualified or whatever it is, an opportunity given to him to serve the party. Now all should be diligent in whatever he is doing because you are Muhammad and need it. Now party penny for you receiving ketia and in the say ye be na feta because ye brave pa and sana ye ba power. Ghana for so media debia me betena na sa metena radio masem say yes remo will deliver to the best of your satisfaction. Your interest is paramount. Only as some AC Tamaliti hospital. Objective of the minister say, Obehe say, a honey fine. I don't want to make a comment and judgment about that. But why you are dear now? Why you a minister can? Why you want the minister to re-apologize to you? How do you kakra? He has small kind. Or see, it's not anywhere to disrespect a medical practitioner. It is not in any way to show disrespect toward any health worker. Still, you are not satisfied by this. But say, Minister Nbepaucho. Yes, Ramo. Mama yen for politics in Tunchain. Na ye say ye mano, ebe konkai. Oko bathroom. And it's very important. I applaud my brother on that steps. No, he go to the bathroom. And now go state-owned companies, enterprise, almost receptions, bathroom baby. Ordinary Ghanaian ko Jan and Sana say bibisa enya kra. But we call private man.
No, you name that. Your health facility.
That is what we have taken.
Government health facility.
That's what we have taken steps to address it. Now, what should it be the case? So we call private there. O say
aya one more why you sabi ahodo no. E no man bi ho a one more no one more count. Ade ni wa bi on be kan dipa no be ni dey.
Me dey insha me kan ya me so no cry. My personally, I support the punitive measure near the man CEO no. I was expecting to say I fire you in public. Because if you don't bring that dramatic, that pragmatic thing, why is it that government institutions are going down? The private man is going up. Why? Why? Oko government school and kofuye ni omo pe. Oko government hospital and kofuye ni omo pe. Me private school, me private school. One time me didn't don. Teacher nobody say you are not entering today. And I sat there. So I think, sir, it is time, sir, when they give you opportunity in the state enterprise, because the state enterprise will pay you secure. Your condition of service are secure. And when I'll be dear brother, me, if I were to, I'll fire you in the public. Yes. Me, I will fire you.
But when him said northern region, Tamalenum ni adiano. Answer a doctor's crab bedia tum. Say one beko hono.
That doesn't mean so call is okay any open. Tamala, excuse me to say, what is so much different in Tamale in Accra? What's so much different in Tamale in Accra?
Difference, you know.
No, what's so much difference? Other facilities like stores na wunya, but light wo ho, TV channel wo ho, telephone wo ho. So what else? We have nice accommodations there. So be about say full price ne bia enye papa. And now say other amenities like type of food you might not have it. enjoyment and that. But there's a slight difference in Tamale and Accra and in Kumasi. Oh, we see if they pursue Tamale, now you don't have to behave impunitively. Say minister, yeah, you to speak to minister anyhow. Say I'm first a pragmatic action number. Say to because you have fired because of what you have done. Minister is speaking to you. Oh, so and so is the minister of state. No, so I call bathroom. I didn't tell when you are speaking to him anyhow. Private man, you can't. Obesako. Into our private companies are more efficient. Private company be na this how that want here. Oh, ye jima GBC and coffee be afa. And cause some safety no. We are meant to be. We should bring that one to public sector because public sector no you tuya you pay, your pay is assured, and sometimes the public sector pay is very good. Especially you are chief executive in government hospital. Why any me? I'll fire you in the public. Yes, if you don't bring that.
Well, would you you subscribe to a
me the apology now the medic.
You know.
Well, the apology.
Ghana Medical Association.
I want them to apologize to the minister rather. I want them to apologize to the minister. Look, see, I'm for that pragmatism and back government sushi moi. Say me kwesi meduma nenia doctors here before they would have recruited doctors behind you. Okay, so meduma na doctors will be. I think that we have to set up emergency and I say ad hoc medical team be baby. Say sometimes that they push them in and the hospital keep on running. Because at Semi Amoka, most of my demonstrations. Does it warrant demonstrations? Does it warrant strike? Niamuyen says here, you fire one person. Government has fired. The same person can say, you are tightening the hands of government. He doesn't have to do what he wants to do. That's what the medical association is telling government. That's what they said. They are on strike. Why should you go on strike? Your boss, Waba, or senior way and Mempe, he holds the mandate. Niawoye no M1 citizen no. Woman will say me bofu. I will fire you. I will fire you. Or no, one master the whole any mami fio, any papa fio, and I say no one fie. A state-owned place. So it's thinking about the people. And the people in Tamale and Ghana are more than you, the medical officer. They are more than you, the workers of the hospital. Also, what we are doing is so conducive for the people. What's the mentiasi my cost strike? Was Saki see you also mentiasi? Say, so no better ni onye. I don't know pay you. Your role should go and work and allow him. It is his regime, and that's how I want to run it. MPP here or Mulisoma Ketrefi. It is the government want to run that way and lose. What is your business? What's my cost strike? I'll bring in emergency doctors and you sit on strike and I'll block or pay. If you don't bring that pragmatism to governance, you'll pay.
Omanpanyi kase gwei aye ni legacy term. Na enono ediene wo hwe be ma omanpanyi aka ne sa.
Nkrumah over 1972, over 50 years. People are still celebrating Nkrumah for his good work. Among the government from since independence, nehe ne yeboni din pa Kwame Nkrumah. Because Nkrumah led a legacy. Up to today, that who operated some of the institutions Nkrumah set up. Up to today, some of the program, Pokwasi Intelligence Nkrumah project. Up to today, N1 is Nkrumah project. Up to today, we are still doing it. Even N1 lead to a label. We are still doing Nkrumah project. These are legacies. These are legacies. Tema, your friend saying, Tema, your friend saying. Motorway, Nkrumah project. This is what is called legacy. Apart from Nkrumah, which of the head of state Bonidi? Which of them?
That is
what President Mahama want to leave. Son or person, I support him for that comment and that statement. And I want him to do same. Say, to leave a legacy, Ghana 4 will celebrate him. Ghana 4 be seen his status as si baby. And you are not obeying Nadia. And I support and I appeal to other state workers say we should help him achieve that objective. I believe he has some intuition, some intrinsic ideas, be interested, be say or person. We should support him before that. I said, "Obi be and no can no him person." And I think we should support him to build that that legacy that he want to leave. na yenkai no say President Mahama betra so last 4 years say no yeah. The first time he came, he started with a lot of infrastructure. We want to see multiples of that one because that time, you know, about 1 year was in court. The rest, Dumso took about 3 years of the rest. It's in a Jumano and Koso Papa. I expect them in Pabon said this year, no, Sahano, 1 year in the sense of Kotama. That one we have saved it already. And that's another,
and I said no court in the question, still know your Jumas.
Oh, but I wasn't free as it is. Another young man said Dumso Nebibisa and Emma. I'm a what me a Jumas near or yen first time in office. Until he meant to leave a legacy. And that should be the cry of every citizen of this country. Baby obejina. Me kwesi ameti hey. Me mpa bon se be come say Ivan Samu be by. No so be contributing the quota. Despite we haven't gotten the opportunity to do so. But everybody wish say he can do something that can be referred to say, oh, Ivan Samu. Na juma obeye na hudidi. Oh, Ivan Samu. Not to say, oh, na nyeso be transfer ye nya ope. Ukokra na ye pam ye di prepra wechi mfutuo. Enye sa na ye no. Nti I believe and support the cry of leaving a legacy for the state, and I support him for that, and I ask all ministers of state and other workers of state say let's support him. Let's support the issue of spending abanisika basabasano. It is very important. Okay. Say let's create the conducive environment. Let's pay them well. Create a very conducive environment. Nipa betumi ayedman. Yes, I name na ma. Now so akoswa ke wieska. Now koswa so better office wonya hwe. Emna say wo de yedman na won nam. What office no innovation, no initiative. Dada na obetia na wo watch say ebeso no asore akode a. Na ya sefem. Osi be innovator, be pragmatic. Make a change. Don't do things as usual. They should do things differently. And we implement new projects. Say you no kwa no better not the initiative about one so we a minister. What we a chief executive would be around the cabinet say cabinet I do not mean new. The quality of the government is about the people around the table. The people who take the decision for the state. That make the government a very quality. And I believe the NDC have those potential to achieve that target.
Right, how you need 100 points now? Mame farm few calls now. Young query 0302257902 0302257902 and 0302243540. That maybe Sunday say Yama Panye ni amebo ye na one ayana point share na ode two ay womanim ose one de na ban no eye abanya Ebrenedu say esu just papa de to legacy government. Na enreche no we two na points in the four. Said am boy no. Say Ebrenedu enye say wo ba bedwen wo political gains. Wo benye sika wa manwosem mo. Na mmom etese wo dwen oman na ho kane. Opulence lifestyle. Oh nei, mawura ben mo nti de mpa bia na meye. Emunsem na bibisa se so. Dioma penye dia to the point is enemy. Who would you say one of the bay juma? Maybe I told me more.
My girl.
Yes, I do.
Mamintia honorable Jombodi. Namintia Nana Kessi. Guna Taba for friends on baby MP. Maybe our come to Babi or Michia. My Jerry, she Nikutrayum. Missy Asema, your mum, Penny Kayano. Siga. My girl, I am a minister, not some like a health minister. Only a doctor, I yank cabin patapa. Now, no business, no, a dear no, a miracle for a minister Baku only take it there by Yassam, one who asked him for take here. Now, I'm bringing a dear night or a Samakan or can of bedroom, but I will read them out or the cat. Obi ankodi di tisi ayi apuro ewura ayi mako fuomo a omo titi ne se no a omo se nye ne denti ona omo be fuomo keke no onu bi na oye no ayi crocodile tears na oye no me se enkwasi hu me pattern ping me for na me se omo se mo man kabo mo bra na 2028 no yankoku kudin na yansan gitu me no amagana pa ne tuma papra ma jalo oni nyam ya
Medans meba so me mwado na me adom
JB Mfefi Asereja. Papa and the Wakasa Bebre. Now, my number to my island to me in 2016. At this time, yeah, in a manner who are cost times 3 times 3. Oh, no, Baba Eden. Also, one appointees for the one to sports minister now call Brazil by no cost to be about $100 and I know a plaster house or no tonight. Omunja no can plan and get it into us.
Medan say ma obi to us we ma do
Make you so much Jerry.
Yetio.
Agani mo ni mikasa fro for Ankoberia. Mo wajuma na anyi wa bojuma papa oni teacher for no ya adwuma mo papa. Mo ya Magari ekom ya papa. Abanu je no onye bibi fa. Yo dia mo kan se se kam. Me dey say da bia e kan e anu ade bobo sia na ye no an ye ditua o. Anu ade bobo sia ye no an ye ditua. The MPP dey ya be ye bi ye ko. Na me say be sa ba be ye bi mu. What you say? The NDC for onto mo nyamo dey na mo ko. E dey say bia ada so mo dey mo na to na so mo ye bibi tipe. Wake up. No, and the other, I'm for the university table. And you know, and you say, I'm going to say, I don't catch a man for my money now, that no, that, or Moya no money. Now, Omoya and Najayina, I won't tell you, because you're human. There's only a do a man or some in Pier 9. And Jomaya won't tell you in Pier 9. It do another year, but that's wrong. And this are the only on the content. Bye.
Medan say na wodi me ba cho ozo me mwajo ha.
No me do so kase wa ha na house stand so wa.
Bogo yetio.
Agero pa dia. Okay, what they say? I mean GSP, NPC General Secretary. And it does on body. Na me here NPC company so na. E dey asamba fufa me ka kire President Mahama. Ya kana asem sa o na wosi kanyina mwa na woguso o ka ta o minister ni se ammo mbrei o ba kan so mo fanya duma ya ti adre ye di bye.
Okay. Me ba cho ma do
Yeah, ro ma Jerry.
Yes sir, it's you.
Idea ni me ka se free center area. Me nyu ofi die me je owu asen Japan zun line ko fa ba na me je owu ajombodu na me je owu afanya o market. What they say, said the meaning of Cassavi, say, I know I did Bob, and you know, I did trio, said then. Make Kaipa say, ever to obey, and DC chorus, you know, Bo Manua, another convoy drink, another near 22 cities, here the crack of 5 cities, they did Mama, another class could 2 cities. And maybe I may talk the Croa, what they say, did near 3 cities, 5 cities, no. She said, 10 cities. And let me share social media. Gophobia Kobisa body a pimp drove back 5,000 Ghana, a pimp a drove back, but 5 million Ghana. Now, they say, a gromessa if you invite as you, Nani Mama and Yamin Ukraine, what the money could be, but now, or my cousin or she said Yama or she said Yama, or he said Yama a pimp. What they say, Nanamre, so not a pim, a cost 100, and a pim do 5 million, and now who's there or she said nearby. Aha, about and that's it. Bye bye.
Medan say, Mammy Bobo bro. Mario.
Yeah, boss.
Yetio.
Come here, I don't work here. Patch up a fair fear, then. I could punch out now or producers. Yo, yes, sir. Amambo no and I say governance no in an say Yama to me over atotonia my ye ama man for assetemo ayedin akoye and you see yes ye no my teacher for na ya revoke say a year revoke say ya mom yes you among form document near the idea yes sir aban say I say, aban dada, and I say, abandi, afom, ayanyama basa, amoma betoso. Yes, sir. The information a you umpa, woman fanche, if you say, Mr. Major, you send your work. Omo ya Ghana for,
ɛna yɛsan yɛpɛ sɛ yɛnya adwuma yɛ nti sɛ ebi mo anya yɛ na yɛpɛ sɛ ebi mo nso bɛnya bi ayɛ a yɛsrɛ mo na yɛtie biara no Ghana Education Service ne ɔman no yɛnhwɛ ɛfiri sɛ unemployment ɛyɛ high ne ebi mo anya bi na yɛsan yɛ ɔmo se a ɛyɛ yaw nti yɛgyina ɔmanan mu ne ɔmanpanin ne Ghana man nyinaa gyina teacherfoɔ yɛ ɛnyɛ teacherfoɔ nko adwumayɛfoɔ bi a sɛbe ɛsiane sɛ yɛto aba wie ne yɛfa ɔmo nti na ɛyɛ ɔmo saa no yɛsrɛ aban yi sɛ ɔnconsider ɔnhwɛ nneɛma bi na ɔmo yɛ Ghanafoɔ ɛfiri sɛ Ghanafoɔ no ano yɛto aba ma ɔmo so ɔmo bɛdi yɛ so ɛda ase magyɛre Nyankopɔn nhyira
Nyankopɔn nhyira wo nso aha ɛna mede si monitor na time aso na
enuanom eka se niema boa ye den mesre menim say the MPP is desperate to criticize the government aban ne by 3 months na ewo mu no yentu bibia mu yentu patro mu I mean yentu bibia mu rather yatete niema bi so and government has taken so many intervention ebeboa ama sitremu ayemre enti so bi eka se yato ne bibi mu a mama yehwe kwan yankasa fa so to niemam enu achi na mekara obi se tachima aburo abu ho so okasa ya dokron ya to dokron a okwa from place aburo abu ho kra yenya nipa ento de na amaduane bo akoso yentu fu emu metise Minister of Finance yes on drivers ebe kasa se omonti transportation so if it's for the past 3 months yentu fu emu it has been stable for the past 3 months. Somewhere crown they have reduced it in some persuades. It will say yatuni mebia is desperateness. It is not rare. Adiama yatuni memuni say factors of production like transportation and some basic things yatutuma na ma yatuni memu. Na sane me yina yensi sign na okasa enunti niema bua edia na politics na woye propaganda na woye.
Yo aha na yade say ha ye need 100.9 dia what ya church for na me no doing nkomo no and I Ivan Samoso Babeka me home member of the NDC communication team unfortunately the counterpart I just say oba ntimi amba bedu abusiam dia say ma IK a champion me producer Tamechi Okrokoko Francis Madamase me dia say ba makwasi aboaje medallion boy no na me supervisor and Dr. Faradix and executive producer. Na media seda ama mi general manager Kennedy Asantio say. Jume di friend Torchlight. DJ Toxic.